Today we are making fudgy flourless cookies. These are, oh my gosh, they are so rich and so chocolatey. They have no flour in them, so they're completely gluten-free. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Hey everyone, it's Dorothy with crazyforcrust.com and welcome back to my kitchen. Today, if you like chocolate and rich fudgy cookies, this is gonna be the recipe for you. Yes, we are talking again about cookies. I love cookies. I have a whole book coming out about them, link down below. These are rich and chocolatey. They have no flour in them, so they're kind of like those flourless chocolate cakes, how rich and dense and fudgy they are, but it's in cookie form. So I like to call these brownie cookies, flourless cookies, fudgy cookies, whatever you call them. They are so good and rich, and you are going to love them. For more delicious desserts and easy recipes, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get in the kitchen. You're gonna start off by whisking together your dry ingredients in a large bowl. So you're going to mix together 1.5 cups of powdered sugar. Now, quick note, if you do want to make sure these are gluten-free on purpose, make sure that the powdered sugar you're using is gluten-free. Then you're going to add 1/8 teaspoon of salt, 2/3 cup of cocoa powder, and 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and you're gonna whisk that all together. The cornstarch is our thickener that we're using instead of using flour. And for cocoa, you can use, since there is no leavener in this cookie, that we're not using baking soda or baking powder, you can use Dutch processed cocoa, special dark, regular unsweetened, whatever you like. Then you're going to add 2 large egg whites and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And you're gonna stir that together. Now it's gonna look like it's never gonna come together and there's not enough liquid to all that powdery stuff, but don't worry, it will come together in a nice cookie dough. Now, sometimes when I make this, it's thicker than others. Sometimes it's kind of runny-ish and sometimes it's thick. It doesn't matter, they'll both bake up the same way. I think it just kind of depends on the brand of powdered sugar and the brand of cornstarch that you're using. And also if you've accidentally packed your cornstarch or your powdered sugar. Now to the dough, we're adding chocolate chips. You can add chocolate chunks, you can add chocolate chips, you can really add whatever you want. I'm adding 1 cup of those. You can also add 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts or pecans, your choice whether or not to use them. Once this is all stirred together, you're going to drop these onto your cookie sheets. Now, these are, because there is no butter or anything, then they will stick. So you need to, I use parchment paper or you can use a Silpat baking mat. I prefer the way these bake on parchment paper, but you're gonna wanna spray the parchment paper with nonstick cooking spray. I know that parchment and Silpats are supposed to be nonstick, and they are, but for these cookies, you still wanna spray them as well as using the liner. Then you're going to scoop 1 or 2 tablespoon sized cookies onto your cookie sheets, and you're going to bake them at 350 for about 11 to 15 minutes. Bake these until they are mostly no longer glossy on the outside. They'll look a little bit dry, a little bit drier and somewhat cracked around the edges, and that's how you know that they're done. And once you're done baking them, you have the most rich and fudgy chocolate cookie that you will ever taste. These are literally, they're like, it's almost like eating espresso. There's no espresso in this, it's just rich chocolate, but that's the kind of jolt you get from the chocolate. So these are so good. If you are a chocolate lover, you're gonna love these. You can see from the center of the cookie how rich and fudgy they are. These are fantastic. Chocolate lovers, you're gonna love these cookies. Leave me a comment and let me know what your favorite kind of cookie is, and keep watching for even more recipes.